Welcome back to the Girlfriend Hour. We are continuing our conversation about friendships, and right now, in this moment, I have two dear friends with me. We are a collective bunch, very lively collective bunch. And I'll let you in on a little secret. Honestly, they are the inspiration behind the Girlfriend Hour. I will let them share how that came about. There's one person that is missing today, but she had to be with her dad. So we miss her, but we're here and you all are here. So let's get it started. Who wants to start?
Okay, I'm Candace. I know Joy from church. Last year, we sat at the same table every summer, and Joy and all her children. Those are my friends now too.
All of my children. There are only three.
Sound like you have a bunch of kids.
Somebody said anything over two is a bunch, but however, here we are.
Here we are. My name is Devetta, and I met Joy about a year and a half ago. Funny story, Mom and I were up here visiting because I was trying to make the decision if I was going to move up here. And we were at, is it Egg and I? Another Broken Egg. Another Broken Egg. And this is when I think Jayla was like 4 weeks old.
She was a baby.
She was a baby, and I just heard this little faint cry, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then when she pulled her out, I was like, oh, she's so little. And we just got to talking, and then my mom and her got into it, because my mom was like, she picked the wrong service, because my mom was 20 years Air Force, and we exchanged numbers, and it was all God, because I was on the fence of moving here, and met Joy, and kind of all she wrote from there. So literally just like the previous, just being authentic and smiling and having conversation, and met a sister. So here we are a year and a half later, but people swear we've been friends longer than that, but it's still kind of new. But yeah, that's how we met.
Yep. And I'll say just one, by nature I am a connector.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a God-given gift that I have to meet people. And with that being said, I'm not selfish, because sometimes I can meet people and the connection is not even for me, it's for them to meet somebody else, and they go off on their merry way. And for my family, I had the baby with me, my brother was in town with me, but it wasn't long after that where I came home, told my husband about you, and said, I want to invite her over for dinner. And he was like, what? He's inviting people to my house. But when she came over, you guys, the reception, it was all love. Even my husband, he was like, I don't know how you got here, but all right. And for those of you in the room who really know him, he doesn't really just take to people like that. I mean, he is a man's man. He covers his family. He watches out for his wife and for his children. And he was like, yeah, you are my sister.
Mm-hmm.
And he treated you the same way. Like, you are my sister. My children love you. So I don't know how you got here, but all right. And that means a lot, especially we've had conversations about different types of relationship. I'm married, of course. My two sisters are single, and how that works.
And you can be friends. Married people and single people can be friends.
Yeah.
I think it's just respect. I respect her. I respect their relationship. I respect their marriage. I tell friends all the time, if I wanted to go out, I would never say, Joy, let's go to a club. I mean, there's just certain things that I would not do to respect her, knowing she's a mother, knowing that she's, a wife. And I think that's the biggest thing, is having respect and loyalty to what they have. But I'm big on that. My mom is old school. She's like, oh, I don't know about married, and we can. I think there's just when you have the respect, you can. I think you can.
Yeah.
It's working for us. So.
And I think your mother, who has come to the house as well, has a good appreciation
She does.
for our relationship because you moved down here first, and then I guess a year later,
Yeah, like
Mom
2 months
came.
ago.
Yeah. And well, I'm glad you have Joy. Well, did you call Joy?
Yeah. She always says that.
I think that's a big deal to like have the approval of, especially when you're single, of your parents for your relationships.
For sure. I know when my mom came down here, she was like, oh, good. Call Joy. Stop calling me. Call Joy. She was like, you got a friend? Good. Call Joy. But definitely. And I think it works because there is that boundary and we respect it. It's the conversation we had a few weeks ago of like, everybody has to respect the boundary. It doesn't work if I respect it and you don't. So we all have to be respectful and mindful of that. And then having those approvals, those checkpoints of like, yes, this is a good person. Yes, this person works for you and your personality and what you need right now. I think that definitely is important.
What do you think about how this happened? And I wish Angela was here. Because I promise you, if we were a cake, Angela would definitely be the icing.
The
Absolutely.
icing in the candle.
And the happy birthday song. All wrapped in one because she's fun, she's loud, she's outgoing, she's vibrant.
She's definitely more outgoing than I am. For
Yeah.
sure. How this came
Our
about? Yeah, it's our
birthdays.
birthday.
Our birthdays are 2 days apart.
That's right.
And Joy texted me on my birthday and asked what I was doing, and I was like, I'm in the house. It was like 6:30, I think you texted me, and I was like, yeah, today's a wash. And so I think the next day, because we met on your birthday, so we went out.
That's right.
Yeah, we went out on.
Because she asked me what was I doing for my birthday. I said nothing. She's like, oh no, that's not my
Right.
birthday.
So Joy was like, we're going to dinner, and I was like, okay, fine. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no. And that's how we met, and we became like.
You swear, yeah. And then we were finishing each other's sentences, and we were both loud. And I know Joy was like, oh gosh. And, but yeah, I mean, we just all connected. And I think being authentic, like you said, being authentic, and like I don't know, what did you mean? Jasmine, I was talking to her. Sometimes, like for me growing up, it was hard for me to be authentic because I could say I didn't really have friends until I got to college because I was a military brat. Mom retired, we moved off base. People say I talk very proper, called me Oreo back in the day, but it was hard to make friends because I didn't know, and if you didn't grow up here, it's kind of hard to do a connection. But this was so easy, you know, and I had to learn just through college and on up and even now of really how to be a true authentic friend. Because I think sometimes when you don't have it, like we talked, sometimes you don't know how to be a friend because you haven't been around people to show you how to be like a true friend. I was one of those friends, and now thinking about it, I was probably one of those where people were pouring into me and I probably didn't pour out as much as I should have because people would always reach out. But that's old school. I was so used to being alone by myself that it was hard to, you know, but steady learning this is really helping to learn that and to be how to be a true friend because you got to learn it from somebody.